So the step down is a great way to isolate your legs on one side. It really targets the glutes if done properly. So here's how you do it. So first we're going to talk about the form, and then we're going to talk about how to progress it, as well as how to avoid common mistakes. So for the step down, you're going to step up onto the box. Start with a relatively low box, and then you're going to work your way up. So from here, from this position, I'm going to make sure that I lift my toes towards my face and that I contract my quads on this side to make sure that this leg stays nice and straight. We want to make sure that all of the action is happening on this leg. Okay, so we're trying to isolate this side here. So what you want to do is you want to send the hips back this way, and I'm going to tap my heel on the ground. Notice my toes don't touch the ground. I exhale and I come up. Make sure the core is nice and braced. And come up. Okay, so how do you progress this exercise first and foremost? First, you want to make sure you increase the height before you start adding weight, okay? You want to increase that range of motion, make it tougher on yourself that way before you start to add weight, okay? Now, the second way you can progress this exercise is by adding weight, which we'll go over in another video. But for now, what you need to know is damn it, I fucked up. Okay, we're going to start over at how to progress this exercise. Okay. So the next thing you need to know is how do you progress this exercise? So you first want to attack the height of the step. Okay, so you want to increase the height. That way you have to reach further down with that heel and get more range of motion that way. That's really going to help you target that leg and isolate it a little bit better before you start to add weight. That's very, very important. Now, the second thing you need to know is how do you avoid common mistakes? Okay, so the first common mistake on this exercise is the knee caves this way. Okay, so that's a sign that the glute is not activating properly to help you stabilize down the outside of your leg. So this is what you don't want to see. You don't want to see your knee coming across this way. That's no good. What you want to do is you want to send it out on an angle, on an oblique angle like this. That way you ensure that you have good stability. This glute is doing a lot of the work, taking a lot of the weight, and away you go. Okay, so the second common mistake is that the chest drops down. Okay, so we don't want you to go into your step down like this. Okay, we want to make sure we keep a relatively straight line down the back side of the body, like this. So keeping that chest under control, don't let it drop down. Now the third common mistake is that this leg gets involved. So the last thing you want is to be bending this leg to help you get up. Okay, and if you find yourself doing that, then chances are you've either added too much weight or you need to bring the box back down and just really focus on lifting that heel, keeping this leg nice and straight, and making sure that you really isolate this leg.